Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Why is digital identity so important?
We need to identify ourselves in certain operations, and we didn't have a primitive for identity developed. And today we have it. Hence, we need to take advantage of that.
Describe Cork ID to a 5-year-old.
Cork ID allows you to prove that you are you to another human being organization on a digital world.
Why work with ZK Sync on this?
Because they are an extremely solid, zero-knowledge proof technology.
What's the most exciting crypto project for you right now?
What's happening with the tokenization of real-world assets, that's going to be a game changer for all of us in the crypto space.
And how long do you think it will take for most of the population to be on chain?
Between 3, 5 to 10 years.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. Also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto moving up, guys. We know we're the only game in town. And at the beginning of the month, we know we have open interest. Volume picks up. So we definitely move up for a few days. Remember, at the beginning of the month is like clockwork. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are moving up. So, of course, that's going to shrink some liquidity. We're not going to have these humongous pumps, but altcoins are going to get those bigger pumps. Like I stated, Bitcoin should stay solid. Altcoins should be moving up. And then we also had the dollar up on Friday. Now, we have volume and crypto down right now. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $438 billion, and it did stay solid this week. And this was Fed week, and we had them come out. And like I stated, guys, we're going from 6 rate cuts, now down to 2, now down to 0, and maybe we may get a rate hike. So, guys, remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. All the major central banks are moving in lockstep. Higher rates for longer, so therefore it can crumble the economy. Remember, it's over $1 trillion just to serve the debt. And like I stated, guys, this is just not in America. This is the whole globe, because remember, the fourth industrial revolution is global. And the United States dollar is going to lose its world reserve currency status. And we know that changes everything. We're going to be on a level playing field when it comes to tokenization. And we're going to start seeing the robots, algorithms, and drones start to pick up. We have Elon Musk announcing on August 8th that he's going to be launching the robo-taxi. Guys, we know this technology is already ready. It's been over a decade. It's already been tested. They just need that crisis to move in all this technology. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, which were up on Friday after close, pulled back. Now, we have Genesis purchases $2.1 billion of Bitcoin in order to pay back its creditors. Also, we have BlackRock, which I announced last night, as Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Citadel, and UBS as authorized participants. And remember, guys, the big banks and big corporations have been funding crypto from the beginning. That's the secret sauce. If I'm printing the money off the printing press, I can fund you all day. If you're a new project, you need the money to get up the same way if you have a business. Now I have a piece of it. That's the reason why it's called the Shark Tank. They want businesses that are already making profit. I loan you the money, and now I get a big chunk of your business. And we see this in all sectors of business. You may have a small company who needs funding, and of course, they're going to have to go to these big banks and big corporations in order to get that funding. Now that I've funded you, now you're going to come back and want more money, and then, of course, I'm going to ask for a piece of your business. And then if the economy slows up, now I can purchase your business. Now that's all you see going on is consolidation. So you see that in the space. First is a loan. Then these big banks and big corporations get a piece of the company. Next thing you know, they own the company. You can look at every single industry and see this. And that's the reason why you have a handful of corporations that own everything. They're just using a different name. The illusion of choice, and it works every single time. Now we have DWS and Galaxy Digital list exchange traded commodities offering Bitcoin and Ethereum exposure in Germany. And again, we're seeing the same big banks, big corporations, and fund managers pushing the digital economy. It's the same exact companies. And we see them constantly opening up the casino. And the same thing goes with Coinbase, opening up the casino internationally. These same legacy products just being tokenized and moved over to crypto. And then lastly, guys, we have FTX Estate sells $1.9 billion worth of locked up Solana for $64 per token. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. You can't make this stuff up. If you were caught up in the FTX bankruptcy, you took an L. But we see these big banks and big corporations and fund managers are getting the benefit. And we know the big banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. But right now, guys, distractions have been stepped up around the globe. And that means a crisis is definitely around the corner. The master magicians are cooking up something great. So that's the reason why you need to get prepared, so therefore you don't fall for the tricks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.